What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 17 top DFS picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DraftKings picks and FanDuel picks for NFL Week 17. And if you stay to the very end after all my picks and after I show you the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll give you my super secret sleeper pick that no one's talking about. Hey guys, our cash game lineup optimizer is now live. Playing cash games is the secret to building your bankroll. So that's why we've created our cash game lineup optimizer that will generate a lineup based on the highest projected ownership. In cash game lineups, you want safer plays that carry less risk and are owned by a larger percentage of the field. By using the wisdom of the crowd, we will generate a cash game lineup based on ownership projections. This new tool is available right now, so come on in and start building your bankroll. Okay, who do we have at the quarterback position? I like Carson Wentz from the Philadelphia Eagles playing the New York Giants, who have the third worst defense overall, and they give up the second most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Carson Wentz has averaged 19.2 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 3.9 rush attempts per game. He scored 22, 23, and 24 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He's going to be about 7% owned, projected at 19 fantasy points here in Week 17. He's $6,100 DraftKings salary and $1,600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45 points scored in this game, and they have the Eagles favored by 4. So this is a fantastic matchup. So I like Carson Wentz here versus the New York Giants.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. I like Alvin Kamara from the New Orleans Saints playing the Carolina Panthers, who have the 8th worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Alvin Kamara has averaged 17.7 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 12.5 rush attempts per game and 7.2 pass targets per game. He scored 29 fantasy points last week off of 11 rush attempts and 7 pass targets. He's going to be about 28% owned, projected at 19.3 fantasy points here in Week 17. He's $7,800 DraftKings salary and 100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Saints favored by 13. This is a great matchup, so I like Alvin Kamara here versus the Carolina Panthers. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy football videos every day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy football content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, who do we have at the wide receiver position? I like Davante Adams from the Green Bay Packers playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 5th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Davante Adams has averaged 18.8 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 10.4 pass targets per game. He's going to be about 12% owned. On the field for 83% of the snaps. He scored 27 fantasy points last week off of 16 pass targets. He's projected at 19.2 fantasy points here in week 17. He's 8,000 DraftKings salary and 400 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43 points scored in this game, and they have the Packers favored by 12. So this is another great matchup. So I like Davante Adams here versus the Detroit Lions.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, and you can try the tools for NBA. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position. I like O.J. Howard from the Tampa Bay Bucks playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have the 11th worst defense overall, and they give up the 14th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. O.J. Howard has averaged 6.5 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 4.1 pass targets per game, but take a look at his last 3 games. He scored 8, 9, and 11 fantasy points off of 7, 8, and 5 pass targets. So the pass volume is way up. He's projected at 20% ownership. He's on the field for 79% of the snaps, projected at 9.6 fantasy points here in week 17. He's 4,300 DraftKings salary and 1,200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 47 points scored in this game, and they have the Bucks favored by 1.5. So this is a close game, a high-scoring game, a home game, and a pretty good matchup. So I like O.J. Howard here versus the Atlanta Falcons.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay, my super secret sleeper pick for NFL Week 17 is Chris Conley from the Jacksonville Jaguars playing the Indianapolis Colts, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Chris Conley has averaged 10.2 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 5.6 pass targets per game. He scored 14 and 21 fantasy points in the last 2 games. He's only going to be about 1% owned. He's on the field for 79% of the snaps, projected at 9.7 fantasy points here in week 17. He's 4,500 DraftKings salary and 1,300 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43 points scored in this game, and they have the Jaguars trailing by 3.5. So this is a home game and a pretty good matchup. So I like Chris Conley here versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Do you want more fantasy football picks? Check out the video linked right in the middle of the screen. If you got any value from this video, please tap that subscribe button before you get out of here and ring that bell notification so you won't miss our daily fantasy football uploads. We're putting out new videos every day, So I don't want you guys to miss any of our free content.